Well, good afternoon. I'm trying this year 2 new ways of growing sweet peas. I know some of you may have tried this already. It's a special plastic device whereby you fill them full of compost, clip them together, and then pop a seed in each one. And this technique should show, if we're lucky, that the roots are coming to the bottom here. Oh yes, there we are. There's the roots there. Just shows how careful you've got to be with watering here. I thought I'd given these a good soak, but you can see how this hasn't gone into the edges here at all. But you'll see that the roots have gone down nicely, and they'll just separate out each plant by itself. And then the other way I've been trying is with these sort of fibre tubes. I know some people use toilet roll holders, but the trouble with those is these are tapered, whereas the toilet rolls are straight down, and it's difficult to actually keep the compost into the bottom of the container. That one has in fact sort of collapsed on me a little bit. Let's just try another one, see if they're any better. The beauty about these is you just pop them in as they are, and I think I'm probably a little bit late because the roots have all gone a bit matted. So you no need to take the tube off, it just biodegrades by itself and the sweet pea gets away fast like that. So why don't we go and pop some in the garden and see how we get on. These are the willow sweet pea stands that Jill and I made. We went on an RHS course a few years ago. They've still stood the test of time. I must admit they are getting quite dry. I don't stick them into the ground very far. I tend to have supports. You can see I've got a trusty metal support and a wooden one here that hold the main thing in place, because I found otherwise if you're trying to stick all of them in at the same time using, how many there are, about 15 willow sticks, it makes it very difficult to manage. So those are fixed in and tied in. The other thing I do is I always tie them with a bow, because when it comes to frosty weather and your hands are cold, the last thing you want to do is to try and fiddle around, whereas all I need to do is just pull that bow and they come undone. So these are the ones that I was showing you just now, and you can see beautiful, beautiful roots there. And I'm going to plant one to each willow stick. Now, some people plant them on the inside. I'm going to be doing them on the outside. Plant them at about the same level they were at before. You can see our rather dry soil we've got here. These are going to get a good drink presently. And then what I will do is just gently tie one to a cane to get them off to a good start. We then also have a system of protecting them against late frosts or partridge by putting some fleece around the outside and some apple pruning sticks just to support them like that. So those are going to be off to a good start, and I'm going to gently go around all the way around here with these. These are the other ones I was showing you in the greenhouse. These are the ones made of fibre pots, and as I was mentioning, you don't need to bother taking them out of a pot, you just put the whole thing into the ground. You can see again how stony that ground is there, so that goes in like that. Try to avoid some of the stones as much as we can. These are a variety called mulberry mix, which is a sort of purpley, pinky, reddy sort of combination. I've had them before, they're a very good doer. Again, you can see what wonderful roots we've got there in these fibre pots. I'm going to go around as I did before. The fleece that I put around the outside only needs to stay on probably a week to 2 weeks at the most, just to give them a bit of protection. As I was saying, from cold wind, cold frost and partridge, pigeons, and then once they're away, take it off and make sure they're well watered, and in fact I think feed them well as well. well, I think that lot's got to be done, so we'll leave things at that. See that on the right hand side we've got the one made from hazel sticks that has been securely fixed against the wind, and on the left hand side we've got the willow cages or frames, and you can see the sweet peas are planted, tied up, and all that remains now is to put some of the netting, fine mesh netting around to protect them from the fierce wind and any frosts that may come.